Look at almost any traditional private business, and the primary objective is clear: maximize personal wealth, generate revenue, and deliver a profit for shareholders. But there is an entirely different segment of the economy operating alongside it. Welcome to the third sector, where organizations exist specifically to solve societal problems or support a charitable cause, rather than build private wealth. This diagram illustrates their defining financial rule. These organizations still need to generate revenue to survive. The difference is in where that money goes. Instead of distributing dividends, every penny of proceeds is plowed back directly into the organization to serve its mission. Within this sector, you'll find three distinct structural categories: charities, community groups, and social enterprises. While they do not seek personal profit, they are highly structured economic engines. They require rigorous business management, tight accounting, and strategic planning to keep their doors open. Let's start with charities. The traditional model is an organization formed strictly to relieve poverty, advance education, or help communities. These groups have historically relied heavily on public donations. In Scotland, these organizations answer to the Office of the Scottish Charity Regulator, or OSCAR. They act as an independent government body that monitors operations and investigates complaints. Earning OSCAR approval comes with a major financial advantage. Official charitable status grants the organization exemptions from paying certain taxes, such as VAT, allowing more operating funds to reach the actual cause. To maintain this tax-exempt status, the criteria are strict. A charity must constantly prove it is advancing specific, recognized objectives, like improving public health, defending human rights, or promoting animal welfare. The Glasgow-based organization Wild Hearts is an excellent modern case study, and they break the stereotype of passive charitable giving. Instead of giving out money or supplies, their operational blueprint is built on providing microloans, small, accessible lines of credit given to people in developing countries who lack formal ID. They pair this capital with active business training. Modern charities operate as highly regulated, strategic entities. They actively empower communities to build their own infrastructure, rather than waiting to collect goodwill. Shift down in scale, and you find community groups. These are smaller, nonprofit organizations created to provide a direct service to local residents. You probably interact with them all the time. Local rugby clubs and neighborhood golf clubs are prime examples. Their financial loop is tight and hyperlocal. Membership fees and clubhouse revenues are completely reinvested to maintain the pitches, fix the roof, and keep the facilities open for the area. Then we have the social enterprise. Think of this as a hybrid model. It runs exactly like a private business, but exists purely to achieve a social or environmental purpose. Unlike charities, social enterprises do not rely on donations. They fund themselves by aggressively selling goods and services in the open market. This creates an interesting dynamic. They want to maximize their profits from these sales. However, they are legally structured so that they refuse to distribute those profits back to their owners. This model operates at the highest levels of the food and retail space. Organizations like Divine Chocolate or Jamie Oliver's 15 restaurant program prove it works on a large international scale. Locally in Scotland, you see it in action with Social Bite and Street Soccer Scotland. They use high street cafes and football programs to employ and train adults from homeless or socially disadvantaged backgrounds. These organizations demonstrate that trading competitively for profit and solving urgent community issues can happen at the exact same time. When you zoom out from these individual case studies, the massive macroeconomic footprint of the third sector becomes clear. This map visualizes the scale of the sector. There are currently over 24,000 officially registered charities actively operating in Scotland alone. Every single one of those data points, along with every community group and social enterprise, is united by that one core business mandate: plowed back proceeds. Because of how these organizations are structured, everyday consumer choices, from buying a coffee on the high street to paying dues at a local sports club, actively fund these social missions. The third sector proves that rigorous business management has applications far beyond owner profitability. Generating and managing revenue can be an incredibly effective tool for driving tangible societal change.